Welcome to the Social Plunge, your blueprint for plumbing and HVAC businesses' social media optimization, with your marketing masterminds, Stephen and Michelle.
Greetings, podcast listeners, plumbing and HVAC contractors. Welcome back to another great episode of the Social Plunge. This is episode 13, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about contest promotions. I'm here with Michelle. How's it going?
Hey everyone, glad to be here, Steve.
Once again, this is our 13th episode. It seems kind of crazy, right? So today, Michelle, we're going to be talking about contest promotions and how beneficial they are to social media platforms.
Oh yeah, they can do wonderful things for your social media profiles. If you're not taking advantage of promotions, your social media strategy is not where it could be. So we're really excited to share all of this great information with you guys. But first, today's news flash. So I read a really interesting article on social media today that was discussing customer service on social media. And unfortunately, almost none of our clients really think about this, but we have been encountering it a lot more lately. People like to go on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, to talk about the services that they're receiving, especially when something goes wrong. So we discussed before how you definitely need to have a plan of action for that, but just in general, we want to make sure that you're taking advantage of all your social media tools and all the things we discuss on this show to exercise social listening. For those of you who've never heard the term, social listening is basically keeping in touch with your clientele and keeping in touch with your name and how it's portrayed on social media. So you definitely want to, if you have a hashtag, look up your hashtag. People aren't necessarily going to contact you directly even, but if they do, you definitely want to respond. And no matter what happens, anything out there that has your name on it should definitely be addressed by you if you see fit, especially if it's a complaint. So there's some really interesting statistics that I saw in this article. One is from J.D. Power and Associates, and their research showed that 67% of customers use Twitter and Facebook for their customer service needs. And that number is growing exponentially every year. According to ThinkJar, an estimated 13% of the companies they surveyed said that over 25% of their service requests begin socially. So you definitely want to be looking at your social profiles, and not just posting things, but really listening and paying attention to what's going on. Twitter had another great statistic. They reported that for business-to-community companies, about 60% of tweets are directed at customer service. And $41 billion a year are lost to crappy customer service. So you definitely want to be all over your Facebook and Twitter profiles, making sure that anyone that has a problem can have that problem addressed really quickly. Yeah, and I think, just to piggyback what you're saying, social listening, I think it's becoming so important as well. On Facebook, they have now the message when you message the rate, the return rate, or the response rate. I'm sorry. So that is a huge factor when a lot of these consumers or customers are visiting these pages and they see the response rate and they see a high response rate of these their plumbing and HVAC contractors. That means that that's a good thing, that they're responding. They're responding to a call or a service or a concern or even a negative comment, like you were saying. Absolutely, and they give you like a special little badge. I think we talked about it in our last episode. Yes. But if you're trying to please your customers and give them a really good experience, which it's obviously the most important part of running your business, you definitely need to be looking at your social media profiles. Yes. So, but moving on, the basis of this episode is contest promotions, and we actually just started rolling this out with some of our clients, and it is becoming a huge beneficial factor because this is the main question that Michelle and I get, and you can agree with me, is I'm not getting enough reach. Organic reach is dying. I'm not getting enough likes. Where is my exposure going? And that is the one frustration that a lot of our clients have, is they're not seeing that organic reach that they want to see. And I think that when the first thing that you want to come in and hone in on with contest promotions is building a community for your brand.
With social media context, the way it is today, contestants are often urged to voice out and tell their friends and family about it. It almost feels like businesses today are not building their own communities, but simply getting accepted by their audience's respective communities. And that's important. To be honest with you, it's valuable, you know? So I think that's one of the main things that you want to hone in on when you're doing these contest promotions.
Definitely. We've talked about like the organic reach problem,
yes,
probably ad nauseum, but you know, you've got to be creative about these things. Your marketing plan isn't as simple as, you know, 1, 2, 3, make a Facebook, send some emails.
Right.
You really need to think outside of the box, and promotions is a really easy way to do that. People love them. It's an incentive for them to actually engage with you.
Oh, it's a huge
otherwise,
incentive.
why would they engage with a plumbing company? Like, let's be frank. So, you know, there are tons of really interesting things that you can do with a contest, and yeah, we're going to share some of those with you today.
Yes, and what you're saying, incentive, it gives people incentive to engage with the poster, engage with the company. Yeah. A contest is a great way for a new audience, for new followers for your social media accounts. It gives them a strong reason to do so. Like, for instance, we are running a contest for, and you know, this is you don't have to go as deep into this as you want, but one of our clients is giving away a $100 gift card to a restaurant. I mean, that's a lot of money, but if a client is saying, okay, I only have this specific amount of budget, a $20 gift card, you're still going to get a significant amount of reach or a significant amount of likes.
I mean, compared to not offering anything.
Exactly, yeah. Compared to not offering anything. And it builds awareness of your brand. It builds awareness of your company. And I think now more than ever, once you start running those contests, and obviously once it starts, they're going to see your post as more, they're going to be more, more likely to like or comment or share that post because they have a reason to,
Of course. And the wonderful thing about these promotions is that right now is a great time to take advantage of Facebook's new guidelines, because before you had to go through a third-party app in order to get a tab for your promotion, and it was like a whole workaround. Usually the apps were kind of expensive, and not everybody could afford them and take advantage of them. Now you can run one directly on your page, which is, I believe, what we're doing with this one particular client.
But you have to be careful, though.
Of course.
You have to be careful of not to incorporate a CTA of calling to action, like, oh, like our page, share our post, or comment on our post, because Facebook is going to see that as spam, and we actually had a post removed because of that, because we incorporated CTA to get more people to like, share, and if you just reword it and you make it sound like showing support rather than, oh, like us because of this,
Yeah.
So
pretty much, let's go into what you can and can't do.
Yes.
As like Steve was saying, you cannot ask for page likes. So a lot of our clients want page likes, and I'm sure you want them too, because they look great, but they are a vanity metric. We've talked about that before as well in previous episodes.
A lot.
Yeah, and you just can't do that, because Facebook wants people to like pages that they genuinely like. They want it to be legitimate and sincere, so you can't ask for that. You cannot ask people to share a post on their own profile, which is what we were sneakily kind of trying to do.
We were trying to do.
Because
trial and error.
That really is a better way of building engagement overall, shares, as we've talked about.
Yep.
But you can't do that as part of the contest. You also can't require somebody to post something on their own timeline, featuring your hashtag or anything like that. And you also cannot require people to tag themselves in one of your images.
That is true.
So that's what you cannot do. What about what you can do, though? You can do a lot with contests, and really you can get as creative as you like, as long as you aren't doing those other things, but you can definitely have users like, comment, and engage with posts. and collect entries that way.
Exactly.
Which is what we are
We've
doing
been
now.
doing. Yep, we are doing
and
that
it
now.
has phenomenal results.
And the results, I let me tell you, the results are surpassing what I actually expected, because like what you're saying, what you want to do is with your contest and your post, obviously incorporate images and compelling copy. You know, I think that's one of the main things, is something that's compelling, something that's going to actually drive somebody to, hey, let me actually like and share this because I have a good chance of winning something.
Exactly.
Also, contests are also great for building your email marketing list to get legitimate people that actually want to receive that newsletter that you send out on a monthly basis of the coupon or a special, or even just kind of like saying hello, hey, this is a holiday. So yeah, that is also another beneficial factor of the contest promotions. But I just want to talk about briefly one of our clients that we've been running the contest for, and just a couple of statistics here. In October 16th, reach was at an average of 16 per post. And now reach has been an average on a consistent basis of about 250 to 300 people seeing that post. So when you look at the numbers, people are actually consistently seeing this post. They're consistently being engaged with it. Not necessarily, you know, not everyone that is seeing it likes it, but it is being shown, and it's relevant.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're getting the word out there about your business, and really associating positive, wonderful things with your business, you know, it's going to benefit you somewhere down the road.
Yeah.
Just like when you have a newspaper ad, you know,
Exactly.
you're not necessarily going to get everybody to call you, because people call plumbers usually when something goes wrong, or HVAC professionals as well when something goes wrong. But if they have your name top of mind, then of course you're gonna be getting a return on all of that effort on your social media profile.
It's true,
for sure.
And this is organic. You know, this is free. Like if you have the time to produce, the contest or the post, this is strictly free. You're able to post this, and I remember when we first rolled out the contest, it immediately reached the giveaway reached about 1,000, and some paid advertising social media campaigns you run on Facebook, you might even only reach about 680. We've seen some paid ads that some of our clients already take the initiative and do. Yeah. It doesn't reach that specific amount of
it all depends on how obviously how good your ad is,
right,
and how people aren't really setting up demographics correctly. We're seeing over
that
and
is
over
true.
Again.
That is true.
So when plumbers set up their own ads, they usually aren't really taking advantage of all of the wonderful demographics and targeting tools that Facebook has to offer, and they're limiting themselves in that way. So you got to be really careful with that, and check out our previous episodes about Facebook ads to really better understand demographics.
Yes.
That's a strong recommendation from the both of us.
Yeah, so we have our episode 2, Facebook advertising, goes into depth about Facebook advertising, what you should do, what you can't do, and I think that's one of our. I love that episode, honestly.
For sure. And I mean, say that you don't want people to flood your posts with comments just because you're running this contest. What do? There are some other options and some other ways you can actually run a contest. You can also collect entries by having people message you. So this would be a one-on-one thing, and it's easier to collect information that way, so you don't have to go back on your Facebook page and check for the entire length of your contest and see, who's commenting the most, or, anything like that. You can just have it in like one stream on your messages, who's messaging you with key information. And that's a great way also to run a contest for maybe copy or pictures that you want people to give you with your brand in it. Or, for example, a new water heater install, take a picture with it and send it to us. That way people don't have to send it publicly. Some people don't like that. So you might get more entries that way.
That is true.
By having users message. And Facebook totally allows that. And you can also use likes as voting tools. So, for example, what's your favorite bathroom remodel kind of a thing, trying to evaluate the latest trends and asking your customers what they like, what they don't like, and using likes, not page likes, but post likes.
Yes, post likes.
In that way, that works really well too. But I wanted to talk a little bit for a second about using a third-party app for your promotions, because you don't have to do it anymore, but there are really awesome things that you can do when you use a third-party app.
As far as production aspects,
and you can really do some amazing things. Usually what they do is allow you to get a custom tab on your profile that has more of the contest rules. So let's say you wanted to have a more complicated kind of contest, you can use an app and then have all of the rules and regulations that you want to have. So if you're, scared about sort of like the legality of your contest and you want to put rules in place that keeps everything 100% safe, you can do that with a third-party app. You can also have people enter in the third-party app. You can build a nice landing page.
You can have an opt-in through the third-party app.
Yes, you can have an opt-in even to your newsletter.
And that builds,
And right next to the opt-in to your newsletter, you can also have a link to your Twitter, like a Twitter button, and a Facebook like button.
Oh, wow.
And a Facebook share button, so that, right there in that one beautiful contest page that you design, you can have all of these things for people to share instantly really fast. So that's really something worth looking into if you're
That's
really
probably an episode
serious.
that we should do, is third-party applications for contest promotions.
Yeah, making a custom tab is great for lots of things. We've talked about using it for employment.
Employment recruiting.
And it's a nice way to keep everything neat and organized, keep all your contestants up to date on the contest, and stuff like that. So it's something worth looking into.
Well, we appreciate you guys listening in. This has been a pretty hefty episode of the Social Plunge. This has been episode 13 on contest promotions. Please, guys, like us on Facebook, Plumber SEO, as well as subscribe to the Social Plunge via podcast app on your iPhone. Write us reviews. We're always here. We would love you guys to have questions for us.
Yes, we definitely will be all over the Plumber SEO Facebook page answering any questions you might have, so feel free to contact us, and thank you so much for listening.
Yes, I'm Steve Sparacino.
And I'm Michelle Martin.
Have a great day.
The Social Plunge. Your blueprint for plumbing and HVAC businesses' social media optimization. With your marketing masterminds, Stephen and Michelle.